Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Hey folks, Keen's Gunsmithing here, and today I wanted to do a short little philosophy video about, home defense shotguns, combat shotguns, things of that nature. And I want to do this video to give my opinions out there and kind of the setup I'm running. I believe a lot in philosophy, and I believe a lot in, thinking about why you're using a certain firearm and the appropriate times to use it. And basically, get the point out there that you need to think about your systems before you start running them. If you're brand new to the gun world, you're looking for something small, home defense stuff, it can be a very challenging thing. And I want to kind of give my thoughts out there of really what I choose as my systems and the reasons why I do that. Now, there are hundreds of great systems out there. Today I'm going to show you my setup. But this isn't the end-all be-all right here. This is, this is what I prefer, this is what I'm comfortable with and what I'm trained with to use. And that means hundreds of rounds, if not thousands, shot through different shotguns, this one being the most used of my collection. And I also like this shotgun. This is a Remington 870, by the way. This is a Wingmaster Magnum that I pretty much turned in from a sporting gun into a tactical shotgun for home defense use. And don't mind my makeshift workbench here, please. I am currently busy with a project gun on the gun vise, so I'm not going to be able to use that right now because I got parts all over. So just bear with me here, and we'll get through the this video here. So anyway, like I said, this is Remington 870. Turned it in from just a Wingmaster hunting rifle, or shotgun. And I wanted to, get a nice little setup. This was when I was getting into guns. I've had this shotgun for quite a while, and I wanted to research what I needed, what would fit my use. And the Remington 870 versus Mossberg 500 came up. I was very confused, so I went with the 870 because I like the all-steel design. Now, from a gunsmith standpoint, the Mossberg is an excellent firearm. I've had the privilege to work on quite a few of them in the past. And really what I like about them is that although they went through the military training, that's not a big factor to me. I'd still rather have an 870, even with the shell latch, even with, the safety selector. I'm trained to use this system, okay? I've had much experience with it. So that whole factor of the safety being on top, I don't care about that. That's not a big deal. A shell latch, I have to add an extra second to loading in a stressful situation. I'm trained to be able to use that shell latch. It's a solid movement into the magazine here. That adds nothing to me. And that's a lot of things I think a lot of people, YouTube channels bring up. Is just different accessories. If you're going to use a gun, you're going to be trained with it no matter what. There are no downsides to one system. You learn to adapt to them. Now, if the gun obviously sucks, not going to mention any names, UTS 15, but anyway, if the gun sucks, you need to get rid of it. But the 875, the Mossberg 500, they don't suck. You just got to get used to one or the other, okay? So that's kind of the philosophy I want to talk about and why I chose the Remington 870. So this is the configuration of if I had to grab this firearm. Let me show you the configuration. The safety is on, but however, I don't have to pull the slide release here. I don't have to do that. I can just pump it back, and this is loaded, not in the chamber. There is not a round inside the chamber. However, the magazine is loaded, and all I would have to do is shuck this back and pretty much load a round into the chamber. I don't have to press slide release. How you do this is you load up your gun, you make extra 100% sure, 115% sure that this is not loaded in the chamber. You check twice, which is what I do. You aim in a safe direction and fire. Put the safety on, and all you have to do in a split second is just pump it and you're ready to go. You don't have to find that slide release in the middle of the night. You pump it, ready to go, turn the safety off, you're going home. Okay, so that is the configuration I run it. Is it safe? I'm not a protectionist, okay? Like I said, this is the default configuration that I'll have it in, ready to go. And I'll just show you, I have an 18-inch barrel, a Remington barrel. It has their patented express finish. Just got a bead sight on there. lovely Magpul furniture. I had a Nebo light on there, but I was messing around with it, and I broke the lug on it and broke a $40 light. So that was a very stupid mistake I made. So just give you a quick pan over here. Beautiful wood finish. I picked this gun up used for about 320 bucks at a gun show. It had about 7 rounds through it. You could tell it was brand new because this wasn't here. This metal, the scraping when you load a shell into the magazine, that wasn't there. This was black, meaning that it was very rarely used. So that's what I have on there. I'm running the side saddle by either Mesa Tactical or the other company, I forget, but they both make the same product. Very nice, very rugged. You get 6 rounds in there, and I'm running all double-aught buck. Again, that's my setup. You know, is buckshot going to go through the wall? Yeah, it might, it may not, but you know, I'd rather have stopping power, and you know, I'm going to be responsible with it and things like that. So just run what your system runs. If you're in an apartment or something like that, you're going to want to run birdshot. But again, that's a chance you take. I'm not going to tell you what to run in your shotgun. You got the research. I'm your data point. You got it. So make your decision like that. So anyway, that's the Magpul furniture on there. This is a 4+1, 4-round capacity. Yeah, but I can reload this thing fairly quickly, so I'm not too concerned about that. Like I said, this was a Wingmaster sporting shotgun, so I turned it into a tack shotgun. Just running the default magazine follower there, so nothing too fancy in there. So yeah, that's basically the setup I have. You know, I don't really think of changing the setup a whole lot because I like to keep stuff simple and I like to keep it solid to where I'm not changing it every 5 seconds. If you start changing stuff around, you know, when you're dead asleep and you got to pull this thing in a real life scenario, God forbid, but it happens, and that's why you're prepared. You don't want to be fumbling. You need to have solid contact and be able to use this tool to defend your life with your loved ones, or to, you know, fend off a threat, whatever it may be. So that's what I'm running with. Now I want to show you an interesting philosophy that I was brought into by one of my good buddies. He is a range safety officer, NRA certified of course, at a local gun shop, and he was telling me, and he's actually the one who recommended, you know, you fire or you release pressure, that way you don't have to pull a slide back and you can just go like that. He told me about that trick, so I wanted to show something real quick to you guys. So let me go ahead and put the shotgun aside. Sadly, I know you guys want to see the pretty gun. This right here. This sits next to my shotgun at all times. It never leaves it by its side, unless I'm doing some gunsmithing work or, you know, research and stuff or whatever. But this is always next to it. So this is a proper BDU belt. It's not like a 511 quality belt, and it's not my everyday carry belt, because I do carry a 511 gun belt because I just love, you know, the ruggedability. I carry a lot of tools with me and a lot of knives and stuff, so I want to have ruggedability and durability. Excuse me. So this is a durable belt anyway, you know, it's a BDU belt kind of. So I have this Condor shell holder here, just with a morale patch on there. And this holds, I believe, 12 shells, but I have it packed out. And the philosophy of this is, let me just show you inside. It's got the Velcro, and you can see that firepower right there. The philosophy of use with this is, if I need more ammunition than what my internal magazine and what my side saddle can hold for me, then I'm going to be running for this belt right here if I need the ammo, and size allows it, and then the, you know, weight and things like that. So I'm going to strap this to, you know, myself or whatever if I need the extra rounds. You know, if we got a situation, SHTF, it's just good to have extra ammo. And before, you know, I already got peace of mind with the shotgun, but after I added this, I was like, wow, it definitely adds a peace of mind factor to your current setup, and it's always sitting right there. And again, you want to practice, so you practice, you know, putting this on stuff. So really, that's what I wanted to show you, was just this little shell carrier here. It's a good investment. It wasn't too terribly expensive. I got it off eBay, and it's made by Condor. Just, you know, my kind of opinions, how I'm running my setups and things like that. And you know, it may vary, and I'll be sure to list that out. But I also want to speak very briefly about the whole shotgun versus pistol for home defense. That whole setup right there. Again, it varies by what you're comfortable with. I don't trust myself enough to be able to shoot a handgun you know, at a life-size target at 3, 2 in the morning, whatever. That's a whole training factor right there. I'm trained more with long guns than I am with handguns. That actually is a fun fact. I'm doing a little pistol course, so maybe I'll be able to take you guys along at a local gun shop. So that's going to be kind of fun to do. I'm pretty excited about that. But run your systems the way you want to run them and the way you're most comfortable with. And this is what I'm most comfortable with. So, you know, the whole handgun versus shotgun versus AR, I don't really get into all that. It's, you know, I know what I'm comfortable with. I know what I'm capable of using. I know what I'm trained to use, and I know, you know, what I'm going to be able to do and what I can't do. You know, we're not all playing Dirty Harry and things like that. So, you know, the whole clearing debate, you know, you can clear corners better with a handgun. That may be true, but, you know, the gun can still be grabbed out of your hand if you're clearing a corner just as a shotgun can, which is why you train for scenarios like that. And a lot of guns, especially I believe the Mossberg, the tactical specific Mossberg, maybe even the 870 tactical police models or whatever, they have that forend with the little strap under it. And the philosophy of that is that you put your hand like that and it can't be grabbed out. I don't want to get involved in all that. That's too much stuff to finick with, and you know, really you need something simple and effective, and you can't go wrong with the shotgun. You know, you just point, shoot, hopefully in a safe direction. That's all, you know, part of training. You don't want to go spraying rounds. Again, even with buckshot, birdshot, you don't want to be spraying rounds in a random directions, because shotgun's a very powerful weapon and the rounds can be very, very, very deadly if you're using them in a negligent way. Speaking of rounds, I run Remington, see real quick, Remington managed recoil rounds. Call me what you want, I don't care. 8 pellets, you're losing 1 pellet of firepower. But the one I like, the reason I like these is because they have a lower FPS, feet per second, than the normal Remington buckshot. And as you'll see in my bag right here, I'll be running just regular Winchester brown box, as I like to call it, just a military standard issue buckshot. And that's my last priority round, because I like to have the managed recoil, just in case a family member has to use the firearm for any reason. I know several people, you know, they'll load managed recoil just to give that peace of mind to their wives or whatever, just so they know, you know, you're not going to lose a joint because of it, you know, firing on your shoulder. And you know how people are sometimes. That could be the difference between life and death. You know, flinching when you're pulling trigger or whatever. So managed recoil, I really like it. It makes a difference, especially when you're at the range, and it's also cheap. It's about $5 a box. So I try to buy about 5 boxes every time I'm out. You know, if money strains with it and whatever. But overall, you know, it's a really nice round. I've never had any problems with Remington ammunition as far as their shotgun rounds. Same can be said with the Winchester brown box buckshot, and I've never had any problems with either load. So really, it's just what you depend with, and always, just like with the pistol, always run a lot of rounds through your shotgun if you're going to be using specific ammo. It's kind of like the whole pistol and hollow point thing. Just make sure you're running smoothly with your ammunition before you trust your life with it. That's a very important thing. More so with handguns, because they got the feeding ramp and sometimes the rounds don't feed. That's a lot of gunsmith issue right there, and we get a lot of this we got to polish the feed ramps and all that and kind of grind them down if the lips coming around them, and that's usually on 1911s only, for that whole getting that excess material off. That's another video. So yeah, that's basically my philosophy of use and setup for the Remington 870. Overall, I'm very satisfied with the firepower of it. It's a very easy gun to use. Kicks like a mule, but that's fine with me. I can handle it. My shoulder can handle it. I fire a Mosin, so it's comparable to Mosin really. But it's going to be there for me, and it's a very reliable, rugged system. I love the Remington 870. I love, from a gunsmith standpoint, taking it apart, reliability, things like that. There are those rumors out there, however, of the newer models being a bit more quality control issued, as far as, the Remington 870 is a bit more finicky than a Mossberg 500, at least in the experience that I've had, and that's even short because I haven't had too much experience with Mossberg, but I have worked on a lot as far as that. But on an 870, you get a lot more, you know, weight, but behind that weight is solid steel. So I don't want to go into that whole debate. 870, 500, pick your poison. It doesn't really matter. This is just what I happen to pick, and that's what I'm running. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you got any questions or you need some, you know, answers or advice or anything, just let me know, and I'll be more than glad to help you out. I'm always looking to help people out. So anyway, guys, I'm out of here. I hope you enjoyed the video.